This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult with your physical or occupational therapist and doctor to know whether or not a device is safe and appropriate for you to use. If you're struggling with transfers in and out of your wheelchair, then the Beasy Board could potentially be a solution for you. Hi, my name is Dr. Chuck, physical therapist for Mobile Physio, and on this channel, I bring you practical tips and tools to keep you moving with confidence. The Beasy Board is a unique transfer board that nearly eliminates the lifting requirements of the helper while reducing skin shearing forces on the user. The user sits on this disc here, right here, and then they slide across the board. The disc moves with them, therefore reducing skin shearing. And it can make a lot of transfers a whole lot easier on both the user and the helper. And sometimes just makes a transfer possible in the first place when no other device seems to do the trick. In this video, I'll show you the basics on the Beasy Board and how to use it. I'll talk about who it's for and who it's not for, because just like most devices, the Beasy Board is not for everybody. I'll also go over some important safety considerations, the 3 different models of the Beasy Board that are available for purchase. We'll also talk about warranty, customer service, possible insurance coverage, and finally, how to get one. I am an affiliate of Beasy and I do earn commissions. In fact, if you're interested in purchasing a Beasy directly from the company's website, you can use code CHUCK10 to get 10% off your order. The link to their website is down in the description. You can also get the Beasy Board from various dealers, and their website does have a find a dealer near you function, so you can use that. The discount code won't work if you're purchasing it from another dealer, but it might be a good idea to see if there is a dealer near you, because then you could actually go and try out the board before you purchase one. All right, now before I get into how to use the Beasy Board, I want to clarify 2 points. Number 1, there's a lot of uses of the Beasy Board. You can do toilet transfers, car transfers. You can help reposition someone up, down, or side to side in bed, okay? In this video, I'm just gonna show you a basic wheelchair to mat table transfer, which would be similar to transferring to a bed or a couch, something like this. Stay tuned for future videos where I will dive into car transfers, toilet transfers, and that sort of thing. Second thing I wanna clarify is I'm doing this myself during the whole video. That's just because it's just me here right now. But it is highly recommended the first time that you do a transfer with the Beasy Board that you have 2 people. That's because it's something new. It's a new way to do a transfer if you've never done it before. You have to use it correctly. If you don't, just like any other device, you do risk injury. So I'm gonna be demonstrating how to use the board as if it were just me doing it, okay? But you should have 2 people the first time you do something new like this, just for optimal safety. These are the 3 Beasy Boards available. Now, the one on the far left is the Beasy Glider. It's the only one that has that curved configuration that can help you get around fixed armrests on a wheelchair or maybe a lounge chair. It can also be used for car transfers. The one in the middle is the Beasy 2. It is their shortest board. It's good for tight spaces, especially in the bathroom. And then the one on the far right is the Beasy Trans Original. That is often best for car transfers and just for other transfers when you're not able to close the gap between the surfaces as easily. Stay tuned for future videos on where I break down further uses of each of these 3 boards. All right, guys, now let's go over how to use the Beasy Board. First, you got to set up your transfer. Because you're using a board, you don't want to be smack up against the transfer surface. For this specific transfer, I'm going to stay just like maybe 6 inches away, and I'm going to be at a 90-degree angle for this transfer, especially because my armrest is able to move out of the way somewhere here. There we go. So that's gonna make it so that doing a 90-degree is better. I'll show you a little bit later, if you can't move your armrest, what a solution is with the Beasy Board. You wanna strive to have a level transfer. You can kind of assess, put the board down between the surfaces. You can tell that this is pretty level. The table is actually a hair higher. The instructions through Beasy say to have no more than a 6-inch differential. So you can even do some uphill transfers or some downhill transfers, provided that, it's not more than 6 inches, something like that. That would create some safety issues. Definitely keep in mind that anytime you have a little bit of an incline, couple inches one way or the other, that's gonna definitely increase the demand of the transfer, and all the more need to have some safe hands helping you. Again, 2-person at the start is highly recommended. Gonna move the foot plate out of the way, and for this chair, I have to lock it in the back. Again, like I said, I'm a one-man show right now, so you know, ideally you would be having a helper do this with you, right? But yeah, we got the brakes on, got the armrest out of the way. I got the chair where I want it. Now what we need to do is get the disc underneath my bottom. Now, what you don't want to do is get the whole way on top of the board. Like right now, I am sitting entirely on the disc. You don't want to do that because when you go to slide, you actually might completely slide off of the disc, and then that just totally defeats the purpose of using the board, right? So what you actually want to do is position the disc so that it's pretty much just under half of your bottom. So to do that, I'm gonna lift my leg with or without assistance and lean to the side like this. And now I'm on the disc, but I still have some of the disc showing. That's important because when I go to slide, my force is gonna direct more into the disc and it's gonna make the disc go with me like this. So I'm going to push, slide, okay? The disc is going with me, okay? So I'll show you that again. So we're gonna put it underneath. Okay, we got part of the disc showing. For this transfer, I'm gonna put my hand flat. I don't wanna put it under the board and pinch. Put my hand flat. I might even push off of this armrest over here. I'm gonna lean forward to move my center of mass forwards, and I'm gonna push, okay? And the board moved with me, and then, you know, we just get the board out of the way. By the way, Beasy does recommend that you wear a gait belt, that the user wears a gait belt during these transfers. They sell gait belts similar to the one I'm wearing. I'd be wearing theirs. I just don't have theirs right now, but one with loops, okay? So that whoever's helping you can grab the loops and guide your waist across the board. These are nice to wear and recommended for both user and caregiver safety. So again, Beasy does offer these types of gait belts with loops on their website. You can just check like the accessories section. It's pretty easy to find. I also want to touch on positioning the board too far forwards and too far back. So, you know, you don't want to put it like under the front of your thigh. Obviously, that's not going to work, and it's going to predispose you to falling backwards. You also don't want to put it too far backwards like this, and then when you go to transfer, you could potentially slide off the board. You want it pretty much right under your butt and a little bit forwards, almost like at the top of where your thigh meets your butt. That's usually the best place to put it. But again, check with your physical therapist, occupational therapist, and they'll tell you where it's best to put it for you. All right, so let's just say that you have a wheelchair where the armrests do not flip back. So let's just pretend I can't move this out of the way. The Beasy glider, which is their medium length offering, and it's also the only one that is curved in this fashion. You can actually position this board so that it curves around the armrest. All right, so I'm gonna get this underneath half of my bottom, just like the other board. And now we have the board curving around the armrest. This definitely takes some practice in figuring out exactly where to position it, okay? But same type of thing. I'm gonna lean forward and start sliding, and I'm gonna go around that armrest, okay? And now I'm here. Now, the one thing about the glider is the disc itself is a little bit smaller than the Beasy 2 and also the original Beasy, the longer version. This disc is just a little bit smaller, and if you're wearing like slick pants, it can be harder to stay on the disc. Even if you position it correctly, you still might slide off the disc. So your Beasy board would come with one of these grippy pads that you could position right onto the disc like this, okay? And that's gonna help you stay on it when you position it correctly. So I'm gonna lean, I'm gonna get that disc underneath half of my bottom, okay? And then I'm going to slide across. And I'm wearing pretty slick sweatpants right now, so that grippy pad made a huge difference. All of the Beasy boards do come with one of these grippy pads. These pads can also be used during toilet transfers. You basically wrap it around the seat of the toilet, and the board will rest on it, so it gives it something a little more grippy. All right, and then lastly, we got the original Beasy Trans, the longest transfer board that they have. This one is probably your best bet for car transfers because sometimes you can only get so close to the car. There's a big gap. So this covers a lot of those gaps. But let's just pretend I'm getting in a car here. I'm gonna move my chair further away, just simulating that gap that's often there with a car transfer. And then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna lean, get that disc underneath part of your bottom, have some showing. Now we got the board spanning the whole gap, okay? Then we're gonna slide across. And then from here, I would just need to bring my legs into the car. Someone else can get the board out, but stay tuned for a car transfer video. And just a quick note on traditional wooden transfer boards. I mean, these things are not terrible. They definitely provide a sufficient solution for a lot of people. I've used them over and over and over again in my PT career. And some of them are like, I don't know if laminated is the right word, but they're just so smooth that if the user is wearing some nice slick pants and they're not a higher weight, because the higher weight the person is, the more risk you're at for shearing. But if the person is relatively lower weight, if they're wearing slick pants, you can actually slide on these boards. The issue arises where if you do that all day, every day, even with slick pants and stuff like that, you still have a shearing force. So that's where the Beasy can help just totally eliminate that shearing force. All right, so let's talk a little bit about who it's for and who it's not for. First of all, there's not really like one specific condition that the Beasy board is for. It's not like it's just for someone with Parkinson's or just somebody who had an accident or something, or just someone who had a stroke. It's really for anybody who's struggling with transfers and needs to find a better way that they can transfer more easily and reduce lifting demands on the caregiver. So maybe you've been trying to use a wooden transfer board and that's just not cutting it for you. Maybe you're getting close, but you're still shearing your skin a lot and the helper is still having to lift you a lot. That could be a reason to try the Beasy board. Maybe you've been trying to stand up and do a stand pivot and turn into your chair and that's just been too difficult and maybe unsafe. Maybe you've avoided car rides altogether because you can't figure out a way to get in and out. And so in that case, using the original Beasy or even the Beasy glider, the two longer boards, they could potentially be a solution for you for a car transfer. Or maybe you're someone who's been relying on a Hoyer lift or a mechanical lift because you've thought of no other way to do a transfer. For some people, the Beasy board could help you get off of the mechanical lift. I'm not saying everybody, but for some people, it could be a solution that lets the user participate more in the transfer rather than relying on the lift. The Beasy board is also just awesome for hospitals and rehab centers to have on deck, just in case they need it because no other device seems to do the job. I started my career at WellSpan Surgery and Rehab Hospital in York, PA. Shout out to those guys, they're fantastic. We had about 5 of these boards on deck. I also specifically remember somebody, a gentleman who was in an accident, and he had so many injuries from the accident. He was non-weight bearing on both of his legs and one of his arms. So he was only allowed to bear weight through one arm, and that is very hard to transfer, nearly impossible to transfer no matter how strong you are. So with the help of just his wife, he was able to lean to the side, sit on the disc, and then she was able to help him slide across in and out of bed, in and out of a wheelchair while he was recovering from his injuries. So he went home with a Beasy board and he was very happy with it. Using a Hoyer lift was just causing him a lot of pain. So the Beasy was a great solution for him. So my point is that the Beasy board is actually for a lot of people. There's a lot of different situations. Basically, if you're struggling with transfers and you want to check all of the boxes and techniques and equipment that you can try, the Beasy is one of them that you could try. All right, now let's talk about who it's not for. I don't really have a specific type of person or condition who that would disqualify you from using the Beasy board. If you have a huge open wound on your bottom, you probably shouldn't be using any type of board, right? So that's one thing. But aside from that, it's really person specific. And what I can tell you from my experience as a physical therapist is that sometimes the Beasy board just doesn't work for different reasons. Maybe the person has trouble, like they lean back really far and they have trouble coming forwards. That's going to predispose them to sliding forwards off the board. So sometimes any board just really isn't safe for that person. Sometimes it's just too difficult to get the disc underneath someone's bottom for various reasons. Maybe their sitting balance is just not very good. The person's size can definitely come into play. Cognition. There's just a lot of variables where I can tell you sometimes I've tried the Beasy Board and the person was just better off either using a lift or maybe just using a wooden transfer board or maybe no device at all. Listen to your physical and occupational therapist to see if the Beasy Board is a safe option for you. A couple important safety considerations. Like I said before, the company recommend two-person assist the first time you use a Beasy Board, just because some unforeseen things can happen. It's a new transfer, it's something new. So you're gonna wanna have two people with you the first time, especially to make sure that you safely get on the disc and that you don't fall off the board. There's a lot of things, moving parts. So two-person assist, and I agree with that as a physical therapist. In my experience, having two people the first time you do this is definitely a good idea. So safety consideration number 2, you can certainly get hurt using the Beasy Board. It's just like any device out there. If you don't use it correctly, you can get hurt. So if you're sliding across the board and you don't position the board correctly initially, let's say you put it too far back, you could slide forwards off the board if you don't set it up correctly. Pinching can also occur, whether that's pinching your fingers or pinching your skin on the disc. So you do have to be mindful about how you're setting up on the disc and where your hands are and what type of clothing you're wearing. These are all important considerations and another reason to have two people and two sets of eyes and two sets of hands with you the first time you're doing it. And again, like I mentioned before, if you have any really open wounds or sores on your bottom, using a transfer board at all is probably not advisable. You'd always want to check with your doctor to see if you're safe to use one in the first place. But more often than not, they're not going to advise that you put pressure on that open wound or open sore. They do offer is lifetime warranty. So, in 10 years, if your Beasy Board breaks, you can get a new one. They do also have fantastic customer service. They offer free video trainings. So if you get a Beasy Board and you're struggling with exactly how to use it, they'll go through some free video trainings live with you to help you problem solve through how you're using the Beasy Board. And also, if you call their office during their hours, you're not going to get a robot or some automated message. You're going to get a real person that's going to help you through and problem solve your use of the Beasy Board. Now, the Beasy Board does have potential to be covered by insurance. It's one of those specialty items that you're going to have to prove why you need a Beasy Board and the sliding disc versus just a traditional wooden board. Your physical or occupational therapist and or doctor can help probably write a letter of justification to explain why you need this and not, a standard board. Beasy's website actually has a section on there that can help you guide you in justification. It has some example statements on there for various situations as to why the Beasy is needed and not another board. In the world of insurance coverage for medical equipment, there's different codes that are used. There's no specific code for the Beasy Board. I believe you would be using a miscellaneous code, which that is listed on the website as well. This is something that probably the client, the patient, you wouldn't be doing. It would probably be your physical occupational therapist and or doctor. But you can direct them to the website if they are trying to get you insurance coverage for the Beasy Board. To purchase a Beasy Board, you can do one of two things. You can purchase it directly from the company's website. The link is down in the description below, and you can use code CHUCK10 to get 10% off your order. Or you can find a vendor near you. You can go to the vendor and try out the board in person, which that would be great, and you can purchase it through them. The discount code will not work if you do it that way, but that is also an option. And Beasy's website has a function on there to find a dealer near you, so you can go on there and check that out. There is an option for shipping internationally that is also on the website. So there's a button at the top that says international orders, so you can click that if you're outside the USA. All right, guys, so that's a short summary of the Beasy Board, how to use it. Stay tuned for more videos in the future on how to do car transfers, toilet transfers. I'll be coming out with some of those videos, so stay tuned for those. Don't forget to use the discount code if you do purchase directly from Beasy's website. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That'll help me grow my channel and help me continue bringing you videos just like this. Thanks for watching and have a great day.